What is up, guys? Today we're starting with a whole new video series. Not really, but the coupes needed some much needed emissions and maintenance, I guess. Um, I got to do the front O2 sensor, the purge valve, and I have a wheel stud conversion kit to put in, which is good, right? Because I needed to do that for quite some time, and I have not until kind of now. So what we're gonna do is all of that. And first things first, I gotta start by removing this little duct here. I already did that. I gotta take the intakes out, take the charge pipe out, which is gonna be annoying to get back in, but that's a whole nother problem. And then pull the throttle body out, so then I can get underneath the manifold and get to that purge valve. Because it's kind of annoying on here, but it's not really that bad. It's just tucked underneath this like wiring harness area. So we had to pull all that out of the way. To do the front O2 sensor, I'm going to have to jack it up, probably go underneath it. Hopefully I don't have to remove too much stuff to get to it, but we'll see. I luckily haven't had to service the downpipes yet, because these ones are obviously aftermarket. So yeah, let's hop to it. The purge valve is pretty easy to get to. It's actually, give me a second. Oop, oop, oop. It actually goes right back into here. You've got this hose that's back there. It connects to another little freaking clip right here on the back side of the throttle body. And then your connector is also back there. It's the one that's hanging right in front of my finger. And literally all you have to do, I say literally, but all you've got to do is pull off your charge pipe, your filters, and I pull the fan shroud and everything out of the way. Here, you're going all crazy because I don't know how to use this thing yet. But once you get all this out of the way, you have much more access to be able to get the charge pipe out, because you got to pull this guy kind of out of the way. So I would totally do that anytime you guys are using that or doing any work over here. But this is the new purge valve. Like I said, this is the one that goes to your throttle body, this side. The bottom side, there's a tube hanging out, and then you have your connector in the back, and it just literally slides in. And then the rubber grommet there just sits on the bracket back there. You'll see it. It's really pretty simple and easy to do compared to some of the other 3 Series and whatnot motors like the NAs. As you have your fan out of the way, it's a lot easier to get to all this, just because of the messing with the charge pipe to get down into place. But vacuum line, obviously MAP connector. We'll put our intakes back on, because why not? We're already here. This is kind of slightly annoying to get back in. Actually, while we're here, we should totally see how much oil is in the catch can. Look at that. Clean as a whistle. Literally nothing. That's good. We'd love to see that. Hopefully that does not change, because I don't want that to change. Like I said, charge pipe, bam. We got our MAP connector right there, bam. Now I just got to tighten both of these clips for the clamps. We're going to want to put our filter back in place, which keeps getting hit by the stupid intake manifold. And I'm not going to buy another set just because of that. But anywho, so we put that one on in the back first. We're going to slide this guy back in, which that one sits pretty good in there. I also don't like that with these. I don't remember which bank is which bank, but one bank gets significantly colder air than the other one. So that's another downside. But unfortunately, I'm only doing all of this because in Connecticut we have emissions, and I've owned this car long enough to the point where it needs to go through emissions to still be registered or pass emissions and get re-registered for next year. And as much as I don't really want to drive this car on the road anymore, because I have so much time and effort and all that invested. It's convenient because right now we don't really have a functioning trailer. So if I do have to drive it to like Lime Rock or whatnot, I can do that. So that part's kind of nice. But that'll slide down. Move this hose out of the way. Of course, now the fan wants to be annoying for some odd reason. Bam, there we go. So this guy just slides down and in place. And then OEM normally has a Torx bit. When you get a CSF radiator, it comes with a 10 mil bolt here instead, which is honestly, in my opinion, way better. So but to be fair, everybody who says that BMWs suck to work on, sure, some things do suck to work on, but for the most part, it's really not that bad. And I know I say not that bad, but I mean, coming from Subarus and then going to BMWs, like, it's not that much harder. And if you know the little tips and tricks, like especially pulling the fan shroud out, I mean, all you gotta do is one bolt. You got one connector right here, and then you move this hose up, and you can pull all of this out, so you got all the room in the world. You got your nice Mooseman oil thermostat here. You got the Milwaukee on the ground over there. But this gets corroded pretty quick, which kind of sucks. But now, we can move on to the Bank One front O2 sensor. Yay! Okay, so now we're going to install a stud conversion kit. Just pretty fucking simple. All we got to do is take our stud, put a little blue Loctite on there. These are the 90 mil ARP ones, so I can run spacers with no problems from now on. Thread them in by hand, 25 foot-pounds. We're going to have to hold it here. One's done. These use a 5 mil hex. Alright, so that one's done. 3, 4, and at some point, there's 5. So now I should be able to run these, put wheels on in ease. Instead of struggling. Perfecto.